Howdy guys!
Howdy guys!
한국 언론에서 하도 보도를 해서 여러분들도 다 알고 계시겠지만 요새 미국에선 한식이 굉장히 유행 중이에요. 그래서 요즘 미국 식품업계에선 기존에 팔고 있는 식품에 고추장이나 불고기 양념 같은 걸 대충 때려넣고 제품명 앞에 코리안 바비큐만 붙인 신제품들을 출시 중이에요. 어쨌든 저희가 살고 있는 미네소타 토종회사이자 한국인의 밥상을 몇십 년째 책임지고 있는 미국 스팸 본사에서 코리안 바비큐 맛 스팸을 정식 출시했다고 하더라고요. 그런데 정작 한국인들은 이 소식을 잘 모르고 계신 것 같더라고요. 그래서 저희가 한국인 유튜버 최초로 마트에 가서 코리안 바베큐 맛 스팸을 구입하고 리뷰해보는 영상을 제작해보도록 하겠습니다.
What's funny is Jin and I actually made a video at the official Spam Museum here in Minnesota like a year and a half ago. We tried a whole bunch of different flavors of Spam and now they're introducing a Korean barbecue flavor. It feels like maybe they're trying to capitalize on the K-wave. Or maybe they're trying to profit off of their second largest consumption group, which is South Koreans. Because outside of the United States, South Korea consumes the most amount of Spam. In either case, it's going to be interesting. So let's go buy a can of Korean barbecue Spam.
Let's go! 지금 저희는 월마트로 가고 있는데요. 코리안 바베큐 맛 스팸은 우선 월마트에서만 독점 판매한다고 하더라고요. 그리고 이게 미네소타만 그런 건지 모르겠는데 월마트 주차장에는 항상 경찰차가 있어요. 왜 그런 거죠? 도난이 많이 당하나?
Minnesotans are biased about what grocery store to go to. We prefer Target because Target is a Minnesota brand. But Walmart is usually a hair cheaper. But a pro tip is most stores like Target will price match.
Yeah.
So if an item, like for example on Amazon, is on super sale, you can just show a worker at Target the deal and they'll mark the price down for you. So no fear, you can shop anywhere you want and get the same exact prices. You don't have to be loyal to a specific brand. Ooh, look at this though.
월마트가 싸게 파는 대신에 제품 정리가 다른 마트보다 이렇게 대충 되어 있고 박스 찌그러진 거라든가 아니면 이렇게 먼지 쌓인 제품들이 많기 때문에 그래서 저희는 한 5% 정도 더 비싸더라도 타겟을 주로 가고 있어요. 근데 미국 살다 보면은 어쩔 수 없이 이렇게 월마트에 와야 할 경우가 생기는데 그럴 때는 뭐 어쩔 수 없어요. 보세요, 이거 막 다 여기 돗대기 시장 같죠? 물건도 이렇게 막 다 풀어 헤치워 놓고.
Jin,
뭔가
apparently if you need underwear, you have to ask for assistance to unlock the cabinet and then they'll get you your new underwear.
My size is large.
Okay. I would be embarrassed if it were me. I would just order online if I had to ask. It's just, yeah. They would have lost a customer.
이걸 다 잠가놨네. 훔쳐가면 얼마나 한다고 이걸 다 잠가놨어요. 스팸 여기 있을 것 같은데. 캔 있는데.
Oh, canned meat.
canned meat. 사실 스팸이 미국에서 좀 마이너한 음식이거든요. 그래서 월마트에서 독점으로 파는 것 같아요. 이게 뭔가 가난한 사람들이 먹는 음식, 뭐 대학생들이 먹는 음식 그런 게 있어요. 스테레오타입이. Do they have Korean flavor?
No. They have every flavor except the new one. Maple, bacon, regular, light, classic, hot and spicy. But no Korean barbecue. I guess this place
다 팔렸나 봐요. You
is
should check
out,
here.
or
Maybe they
I checked all of them. I don't see it anywhere.
다 팔렸나 봐요, 요즘.
So it's a rare item. That means if we find it at a different Walmart, we have to buy so many of them because it's elite, exclusive. Unless it's like all the way up there, like.
레이 키가 178이라서 위에 있는 거 안 꺼내줘도 돼서 그건 좋아요. 지금 제가 월마트 웹사이트 보고 있는데 재고가 미네소타에 딱 한 군데 있어요. 근데 여기서 좀 멀어가지고 근데 지금 시간이 이제 월마트가 좀 있으면 문 닫을 시간이라서 내일 저 혼자 가야 될 것 같아요. 역시 미네소타는 스팸의 본고장답게 이 코리안 바베큐 플레이버 스팸이 이거 딱 한 개 남았어요. 미네소타 전주에. 맛이 굉장히 어떨지 궁금하네요. 근데 이거 뭐야? 와, 미국에서는 이렇게 마트에서 총알도 판매하네요. 와, 미쳤다. 와, 이거 누르면은 총알 살 수 있나 봐요. 뭐 어쨌든 집에 가서 맛있게 구워 먹도록 하겠습니다. 맛이 어떨지 굉장히 궁금해요.
Thanks to Jin, we officially have one of these rare Korean barbecue spams in our hands. And first impressions, I'm not really sure what to think about this for a couple of reasons. First of all, what does Korean barbecue even mean? Because Korean barbecue itself is just the act of grilling meat. There's no flavor associated with that, right, Jin?
그럼 저는 한국인으로서 그거 볼 때마다 코리안 바베큐가 뭐지? 코리안을 굽는다는 건가? 뭐 그런 생각이 들어요.
I mean, maybe there's like a samjang flavor or maybe like a sweet sauce.
like 갈비.
Yeah, but Korean barbecue flavor. In America, there are so many products that just slap Korean barbecue flavor on it and they expect you to know what that means. And every single one tastes completely different, so I have no idea. But because it's colored purple, I have to assume it's sweet, because if it were going to be spicy, I imagine they would make it red. But what's even weirder to me is if you think of Korea in the most stereotypical sense, you probably think of kimchi, right? And not just any type of kimchi, but a specific type, like the cabbage kimchi that is red, that everybody knows. However, on the front of this can, there appears to be some sort of oi kimchi. I don't know what it's called, but is that normal? Like, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I just think if you're trying to promote Korea, why are you using random oi with spam?
Yeah, it's so weird.
But let's not diss it yet, because it gets worse. On the back, it recommends making a spam Korean barbecue flavored burger. Koreans are not known for burgers. I feel like they missed a prime opportunity to promote Korean food such as kimbap, which everyone puts spam in, or even like kimchi bokkeumbap, one of my favorites. A lot of people put spam in there, but no, they want us to do a Korean barbecue flavored burger. And on the website, I also found out what the ingredients are supposed to be. It says we're pulling in familiar flavors from Korean cuisine. Korean barbecue flavored is a perfect blend of soy sauce, garlic, ginger, paprika, sesame, and a hint of gochujang. I'm just not 100% certain what to expect here. I also noticed that this is not fully pork. They went with the pork and chicken combination. And I see no mention of garlic, ginger, or gochujang in the ingredients. So, what do you guys say? Shall we dig in?
Yeah. 마치 어떤 한국 회사가 아메리칸 스타일 비빔밥을 출시한다 해놓고 케첩, 머스타드, 바베큐 소스 뭐 이런 걸 대충 다 때려넣고 아메리칸 스타일이라고 우기는 그런 느낌이 나요. 제가 비유를 제대로 했나요?
So I do have a regular can of spam here because I think we should do a flavor taste test since Koreans love the traditional spam. But I think now we should pop this bad boy open. What do you say? Some of the juices got on my arm. There's a lot of juice with this one. Jin, you want to try the juice?
Okay.
Do you want this? Want it?
제가 어디서 들었는데 미국 사람들은 스팸을 별로 안 좋아하는 게 뭐 배가 불러서 그런 것도 있는데 이 고양이 사료처럼 생겼잖아요. 그래서 싫어한다고 들었어요. 제가 한 국물을 먹어볼게요. 이거 안 익히고 먹어도 돼요. 이거 다 조리된 거라서. 참기름, 간장, 식초,
Your tongue.
짭짤하면 엄청 짜요. 제가 한번 잘라보겠습니다. 우리는 얇게 자르는 거 좋아해요. 뭔가 김치전 그 굽기 전에 그것처럼 생겼어요. 그리고 일반 스팸보다 좀 낭창거리는 것 같아요. 좀 약해요. 흐물흐물거려요.
고양이 wants it. Want some?
고양이 얘도 한국 사람, 얘도 반은 한국인이거든요. 그래서 스팸 좋아하는 거 없어요.
Honey, it's Korean barbecue flavored. Don't play with her. That's so mean.
고추장 군대에서 먹던 빅판 맛. 아직은 잘 모르겠어요. 구워 먹어야 될 것 같아요. 뭔가 이 제육볶음 할 때 나는 냄새랑 좀 비슷한 냄새가 나요.
Koreans can't eat spam without a delicious bowl of rice. So we're gonna do the same thing. Not doing the whatever
hamburger.
Korean barbecue burger. So over here we have our traditional regular spam. And over here we have our fancy Korean barbecue flavored spam.
제가 고양이가 어떤 걸 더 좋아하는지 한번 테스트 해볼게요. 현미야, 뭐가 더 맛있을 것 같아?
Korean barbecue flavor.
현미야, 집중.
It's been a while since I've had any type of spam, so I should start with the regular to refresh my memory.
Okay.
Smells salty, smells delicious, perfectly cooked. I'm gonna take a bite. Oh yeah.
얘는 제가 밥하기 귀찮을 때 스팸이랑 밥 이렇게 해주면은 한 끼 후딱 해요.
But it's so salty. Like, wow.
I heard that American spam is saltier than Korean spam.
I heard that too, so many people recommended to get the 25% less sodium spam, but that one is horrible. They use chicken. The whole texture is weird.
Yeah.
Nope, I'd rather just have a few pieces of this
Yeah.
salty spam. Okay, but now let's try the Korean barbecue one. It's looking a little wet. I'm gonna be brave for my Korean community here. Doesn't smell like any Korean food I've ever had. I don't know, why is it... It's like almost teriyaki flavored, but not quite.
Why? Why? Some people said it's really good. I think you're spoiled with really good Korean food.
I think it kind of creeped me out because it had an initial teriyaki beef jerky flavor, but then it hit me with a spicy garlicky flavor. I just don't taste any gochujang.
Because they didn't put gochujang there.
But they said it has a gochujang taste.
It's an imaginary gochujang.
Spam, I appreciate that you tried, but just shoot me an email. I'd be happy to come down to the Spam Factory and we can have a discussion about what constitutes Korean food, because this ain't it. From every part of it, like the packaging, to the flavor profile, to your recipe on the back, to the actual taste of it. I feel bad because Spam is so loved by Koreans, and Korea is basically supporting the Spam brand single-handedly. And Americans are also so interested in trying Korean food because this is one of America's most famous companies. If they see Korean barbecue flavored, they're gonna be excited. But if they try this, they're gonna think this is what Korean food tastes like, and they're gonna have a bad impression.
I think they put everything since Korean is known for gochujang, 간장, 갈비, 불고기. I
That's
think
it.
yeah, I think
They just threw all the Korean flavors into one thing.
제가 레이랑 한국에 살 때 한국에 있는 전국 8도 맛집도 다 데려갔거든요. 그래서 레이 입맛은 정확해요. 그러니까 믿어도 돼요.
This is disappointing because I was actually excited about it. Seeing Korean representation from a big American brand. You know, I think we should actually buy some more cans because I think they're gonna take it off the shelves pretty soon, and it's gonna be a rare commodity.
Nice.
It's gonna be a great souvenir worth a lot of money one day.
그래서 소장용으로 구입하시는 걸 추천드립니다.
Well, regular Spam. Kimchi bokkeumbap. Kimbap.
무슨 자린고비도 아니고 상상하면서 먹고 있어요.
What did you get? Open up for your Korean barbecue. Could be one of your friends. You didn't even get my joke. That was a terrible
What
joke.
was the
I
joke?
just
Korean friend. 코리안 바베큐니까.
my joke was so much funnier because you didn't understand.
야, 이거 뭐라고 설명해야 되지?
It doesn't taste. Maybe juice.
사워 제육볶음밥. 가게에서 팔면 욕먹는 제육 맛. 소장용으로 좋을 것 같아요. 그래서 저희는 그 월마트 온라인에는 아직 있는 것 같더라고요. 그래서 그 주문한 다음에 소장용으로 저희 그 손자 손녀들한테 옛날 옛적에 말이지 우리 K리그가 한창일 때 이런 것까지 나왔었어 라고 그 소장용으로 주문하도록 하겠습니다.
I think Koreans already know and love the original Spam so much that the Korean barbecue flavor just never stood a chance. But that's okay. I think just stick with what you know. Good old original Spam. A masterpiece. I'm gonna finish the rest of the original Spam, and I'm gonna tie Jin up and force feed the Korean barbecue Spam to him. Okay? Gonna be a busy night, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!